Hello, I'm the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, otherwise known as Danny the Heck, or what I should say, this is Danny the Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I earned that name by being in the New York Times. They were doing an article about my quest to name and shame anyone that is doing a Ponzi scheme or a scam, and I quite like it, so I use it in my videos now, hence why the name at the top does say the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Well, I've got a bit of exciting one for you today, and I want you to take a look at the picture. Now, what has fish, gold bars, fruit, a gabble, and myself got to do with LunaOne or Stephen McCullah or anything to do with Apollo Fintech? Because now we've got this new thing called Update FISHTECH. Now, I'm going to explain what that's all about. Stephen is on tour in South Africa, we think, and he's going to be providing us, updates and news updates. He's got this fancy Nancy camera that he can't work, so he just put out a new video, and I want to go through that video with you so you can get an idea what he's on about. Now, if you're not familiar with my YouTube channel or LunaOne, then go to my YouTube channel, click on my videos, and you'll see I've actually done about 15 videos for LunaOne. If you want a brief summary, it all started by a YouTube channel which has now rebranded itself called The Run Guys. And they did a 3-month campaign telling everyone that LunaOne was going to release a coin on the market at 25 cents each. And the pre-sale, you could buy them at 15 cents each. On market day, basically they dropped the coin at 5 cents each. LunaOne apologized to their community and did a update on their own website stating that they got some advice that it would be a good idea to do that to their community. In the meantime, everyone got totally pissed off, and then they started doing videos, and they came to me and asked for help. Now, there's a lady called Anne, there was a guy called Martin, and there was also a lady called Cindy. And there was also other people in the community. Anyway, since all this is happening, about 3 months ago, I even received a cease and desist letter from Stephen McCullah claiming that I needed to stop doing these videos. Anyway, so I replied with a 4-hour, 47-minute video, and then I've chopped that same video up, basically exposing him and his dirty, disgusting business practices. I've even got 34 people that have said they will testify against Stephen McCullah in court, claiming that they have been scammed by him. So I had overwhelming evidence that he committed fraud and he was doing terrible things, and I've got 34 people that said that they would go to court and testify against him. We even had a guy by the name of Sultan, and he went to a whistleblower company called Constantine Cannon, and he got really close to busting Stephen McCullah. It got to the point where Stephen literally paid him off. He stripped him for access of his Space Invader game, and then he was in there for 3.5 years telling everyone how terrible Stephen McCullah was, and then he got paid off. And there's also other people that I've got evidence that have been paid off and have now snuck away, got the money, and ran. I'm the only person that's actually left now, and Stephen's still claiming, even in this video you're about to watch, that he's still going to sue me. Which means I live in New Zealand, he would have to get a judge to actually take on the case. He would have to prove that he was a legitimate company. This video that you're about to see is actually going to be nicknamed FISHTECH, and it's Apollo Fintech, but I think it would be better called FISHTECH, and you'll see why. So this is only a quick video. This is Stephen, and he's going to show you the house that he's purchased, and this is also a visitor center, a training center, and it's also a farming community. Even though the reason he's bought this house is because he alleges that he's trying to get in with the government, even though he doesn't need to because he's got all his paperwork in order and he's about to start mining. Now, in this video, he contradicts himself. He talks about how he's got 3 or possibly 4 mines that he's going to start mining. He talks about how he's got a 50-ton digger. Later on in the story, it changes to a 30-ton digger. I don't know why, but he seems to think that he needs to actually be there and drive the digger and start digging for gold. Now remember, he's got gold-backed currency. He's telling everybody that his Apollo currency is gold backed. However, the gold is still in the ground, which is ridiculous. So anyway, what I want to do first, I did want to actually show you my website. Now, if you know any schemes, Ponzi schemes or scams that are happening at the moment, please go to my website, click on the Contact Us button. There is a form where you can tell me your sponsor, you can provide me information, and I put all this information into a database, and I'm actually building a large library of people that are scamming professionally. A lot of the scams that I am promoting in the Ponzi schemes, once they collapse, the multi-level marketers go from one to the other. So I'm profiling everybody and collecting a large database where I actually want to name and shame these people that are running these Ponzi schemes. Now, I am called the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger because I got given that name by the New York Times. They wrote a whole page article all on me in my quest to name and shame people who are running these scams. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you can go through and you can have a look at all the videos I've done on Stephen McCullah. So what you can do is you can just search for LunaOne and you will find them all. And the evidence that I have is overwhelming. I have screenshots. I have house locations. I've just been building up because there was in a group called the APL group, and basically everyone was providing as much evidence to show that Stephen McCullah is a dirty, rotten scammer. And he's literally been paying people off and getting them to sign NDA agreements. And they turn on myself as well. It's breathtaking. So if you have been following it all and you haven't watched the videos and you've got nothing else to do in your life, please do watch my videos. At the very least, please do subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Be notified when my new videos go out because it helps get these videos out into YouTube. All right, so we're going to listen to Steve. He's really chuffed. He's got himself a new house. There's only going to be a short video. I'm trying to keep it to about 15 minutes. So let's see what he's got to say today.
I am here. We acquired this property, a training ground for mechanics. They come in for the mining, they come in for the farming. So this right here is part of the property.
That is the Fish Farm Center. And that's why you can see in the background, they've got fish and gold bars. I was wondering how we would tie that all together, but look at that. That's pretty impressive. They're going to fill that up with water and going to farm fish. I thought this guy was digging gold.
Property, getting it all sealed, filling it back in. It's for fish. Lots of different types of fish farming. Pilot programs for new types of fish. Training for new people that we have coming in to raise fish. The whole idea behind the farming element, the profitability of the mining is astronomical compared to anything like, farming related.
So why are you farming, Steve? Why have you decided that farming fish is the way to go? You're amazing. You just do all sorts of things.
People, we care about lowering food costs. We care about
people are going to be able to eat the fish and survive.
Sustainability of food, sustainability. Essentially a base orchard, grow different things, how to pick different things.
I actually think he's got himself a holiday house and or he's going to be living wherever this is. He doesn't say he can't tell people anything because people like me find out about it and start sending letters off to government organisations asking questions if he's for real or not. Never have we had a reply, which is really saddening, but we do write letters to these government organisations and these claims that he makes, trying to expose him because he's just full of it.
Beans and lime, lemons, limes, papayas, bananas, coffee beans. If you come here to the visitor center, drink some of the coffee grown, lettuce, pepper.
He knows his vegetables. He must have ate his vegetables when he was a kid.
So as far as the mining, the first part of the chair parking on Knox wire and getting the team really set up, we had a lot of high-level stuff going on the last week. The 3-mine rush. Plan is to hit 3 mines this week. Equipment going.
So he's talking about 3 mines, but then later on he talks about 4 mines. So you'd think you'd know whether you've got 3 mines or 4 mines, wouldn't you?
To 2 separate claims at the same time. One of them, I don't know we'll have equipment to by the time I get there. Tomorrow, I'm 50-ton excavator being unloaded. I am absolutely thrilled. Paperwork done that we needed to, all great high-level connections. We have our environmentals, mining license.
So he's just saying in this statement that he's 100% ready to go. However, the idea of the farm is to get in good with the government so they give him a stamp of approval. I don't know. I'm going to start writing to these South African, where I think he is, South African organisations and just find the real connection between Stephen McCullah, Luna Fintech or FISHTECH, and Apollo. I just want to figure out where he actually sits in and running the country, because I just did a video just before this one about the Dubai royal family and their wealth. Now, They say they've got $1.4 trillion tied up in whatever they're doing. Steve makes claims that this mine is actually a $1 trillion industry that he's doing. He reckons he can bring in $1 trillion from his mine. That's more than all the gold mined in South Africa, just in his 3 or 4, whatever it is, mines. And he hasn't even got any proof that there's any gold there. He's done prospecting. There's no proof, but when you dig a hole, Stephen, you're going to find gold. And your GLX gold currency is meant to be gold backed. And if something's gold backed, that means you've already got the gold and it's in the safe and it's worth the same value of whatever. It just gets stupid. There's no such thing as gold backed currency. In fact, 2 people that I've been researching have been locked up because of making these claims that their crypto was gold backed when it wasn't. And you're doing the same. So ching ching, not long.
Everything. And that is like the golden trifecta. Just getting to that point usually takes 3 years. We've knocked that out in 2.
You're a legend, man. 2 years to get all the paperwork in order.
Actually, well, we've gotten 3, if not almost 4. A few lucrative, very, very, very lucrative ones. I cannot be more excited. Some of the volume coming in from the larger clients, I mean, it's getting good. GSX going crazy.
Going crazy. Oh, it's going crazy. So what he actually means is it went up for about 2 or 3 weeks. And I don't know, I'm not a crypto genius and I'm not even going to say what I think, but it's gone up a little bit, which is amazing. And that is a typical thing they do to pump these coins before they dump them. They get their money and they're called whale traders and they chuck it all into this crypto and it starts going up and then everyone gets on board hoping that it's going to peak and then they whip their money out and then it just crashes. That's why it's called dumping. Now, Steve's been quiet lately because Clifford, his main man who actually controls and owns the code that runs Knox Wire, went through a divorce, had an argument with Steve because he never paid him, and now he's left. And now Steve doesn't have a manager in the office. So Steve at Christmas time talked about how he had staffing problems and they had health issues. He was actually talking about mental health and he was talking about Cliff. It's in my video previously. Now, Cliff went through a divorce, and no doubt that's a terrible thing for people to go through. But Cliff owns the code that runs Knox Wire. Now, Knox Wire is basically a platform where they're hoping to be able to run a money platform like a merchant agreement or something that they can process crypto transactions on. So Stephen has theoretically hired 6 people to replace Cliff. In the meantime, Cliff is still in dispute with Steve. So he's just using stalling tactics. He's telling you that he's been busy, but he's running around like a crazy guy, literally paying off people that are nearly exposed him. Now, Sultan put a whole lot of evidence towards a whistleblower company called Constantine Cannon. If you look them up, you can find them. It's actually constantinecannon.com. Anyway, they refused to take the case on. But did they? We aren't sure, because Sultan said he was also putting in a case with his own lawyers because he'd put in over £130,000. So we had a bit of a yelling match on our community, which I left because he was basically paid off. And I kept saying to him, how much did you get paid? And he said, how much he got paid was none of my business. Now, I had no problems with people getting their money back from dirty, disgusting scammers like Stephen McCullah at all, but I do have a problem with people that turn on the community that were helping them fight the battle, and it was just disgusting. So since then, Phantom has also left the group. Now, Phantom was theoretically meant to be a girl that had overwhelming information on Stephen McCullah. She had 2 Telegram groups with a whole history of all the screenshots, the threats, the whole 9 yards. He or she put a message on the APL Telegram group saying that this is her or his last message ever, and all the information that she had on Stephen McCullah has been taken to the FBI. That's what we were told. So now Stephen has paid off Sultan. He's paid off other people. I have proof of this. And now what he's doing, he obviously lost his head programmer. And now he's saying he's only got one more person to go after, and that is me. He sent me a cease and desist letter on the 23rd of December. I spent I did a 4-hour, 47-minute video showing him that there's 34 people that we've gathered information on will testify in court to say that they got scammed. I've got videos of people claiming they have been scammed. We've got the whole history of Stephen going right back to when he raised $29,000 on a Kickstarter campaign to go to the Congo to hunt for live dinosaurs. And then we've got a 2016 video of him talking to two ladies about how he's trying to raise $75,000 with a Kickstarter campaign so he can finish this game off that pays out real gold. He's into the gold. By the way, Stephen, have you seen my gold bars? Aren't these beautiful? This is the best whiskey I've ever come across, but this is what I call real gold. I'll put them down there gently. Anyway, so long story short, Stephen has been threatening everyone else, paying people off. Literally, I have evidence of this, and it's just amazing. So one thing I did want to do is I thought I'd send Stephen a text, because I have, if you want his iPhone Messenger username, let me know and I'll give it to you. But anyway, so here we go. Let's have a listen to the message I sent Stephen McCullah.
Dear Stephen, I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to address some concerns that have been brought to my attention regarding the lack of communication from your legal team, Thinking Face. I understand that Natalie has been suggesting that I should have received letters from your legal team. However, to date, I have not received anything open letterbox with lowered flag Thinking Face. I must say, Stephen, your inability to complete tasks and follow through on your promises is truly impressive. Perhaps you should consider enrolling in some self-help courses to improve in this area, Thinking Face electric light bulb. On a more serious note, I wanted to inform you that I have submitted all the information I have about you and your team to various government departments in America. In fact, I have been in correspondence with one of them, who has started to ask me some probing questions. Serious Face with monocle. Furthermore, I have been approached by 2 whistleblower companies. However, I decline their offers as I am confident in my ability to handle the situation without the need for legal representation. Woman making a cross sign with her arms flexed bicep. I hope this message serves as a wake-up call for you, Stephen. Please take the necessary steps to address the issues at hand. Best regards, Danny, D.E. Heck, the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. P.S. I never received a reply from your last cease and is this letter. What's the hold up?
So we've got all these claims going on and on and on. That he keeps saying he's going to do this and he's going to do that, and it just never eventuates to anything. Now, if you are serious, Stephen, we've given you ample opportunity to come on a Zoom meeting with me and explain all the things that I've got wrong. For example, did the Runway guys do a marketing campaign for 3 months telling everyone that you were going to release your LunaOne coin at 25 cents on the market? Yes, they did. Have they since removed all their videos from their YouTube channel? Yes, they have. They only have one video basically saying that they were fooled or in disbelief of what you actually did on market day by releasing these coins at 5 cents each, which are now worth, I think, 0.3 cents each. Nothing. Then you had Cindy Piper, otherwise known as Crypto Granny. She published about 35 videos exposing you. You paid her off. She took off all her videos and then she started doing videos about me. And then we had, obviously, what's his name? Kassan. I've forgotten his name now. Anyway, the other guy, I'll come back to me in a minute. The, what do they call it? The crypto detective. Kassan. What's his name? Sultan. I've forgotten your name. You're that important to me, mate. That's why. Anyway, so Sultan had all these videos. He had about 4 videos on there really exposing you and your company. And he did it for 3.5 years, put all his information together. Now all those videos have gone offline. He has been paid off. He's even produced a video about me claiming I'm a scammer. What witch's potion do you give these guys to turn on me? It's just ridiculous. We also had another guy, Martin Kingsbury. Now, Martin Kingsbury has removed all his videos and taken down his Facebook page, and he won't communicate with any of us. The only person you haven't paid off yet is Anne, the only lady left in the YouTube video that I interviewed. So you've got all these videos that go online and then they all get ripped off online, like they disappear. None of my videos are ever going to come offline. I'm very careful on the content I put online. The reason I can do this is I'm reporting the information I get given by other people. I've got 34 people that add up to $375,000 worth of money stolen from your organization. You keep making these amazing claims that never eventuate. I mean, really, do you really have 4 sites where people can go visit where you're going to mine gold? You talk about this machinery that's going to be dumped off. The only thing we've ever seen is a tractor. And now you're talking about a 50-ton digger being dropped off maybe tomorrow. It sounds like you're going to be there digging a hole. You've already dug yourself a hole. All right, so let's carry on listening to this man. And let's see what else he's done. We've only got 5 minutes of this, so let's get on with it.
I talked about Knox Bank, which is just going to be called Knox because it's actually not going to be a bank. It's not gonna...
Oh my God, did you just hear what he said? So instead of Knox Bank, he's just going to call it Knox. What a name is that? That's because of all the banks that are falling over at the moment with crypto. So now he's calling it Knox Bank, but he's just going to call it banks, and he doesn't want to be a bank and doesn't have a banking license. That's what he's about to say.
Be on a banking license, and that's actually, I'll kind of explain why that's a good thing. You guys have seen what's going on with the bank runs recently. A lot of exchanges kind of ran their exchange like bank does. So what a bank does is it goes out and it loans basically 90% of the cash they have, buy some gold or invest in the stock market personally. Don't just put your money in a bank. People are getting kind of freaked out because they hear something and everybody loses their money. Yes, because the bank sounds safer, but in reality, a payment institute like PayPal is infinitely safer because...
So banks have never let me down. And also, these aren't normal banks. These are banks that are doing crypto transactions. So not quite normal, but yes, banks are falling over. It is hard to actually keep your money in a safe place. But put it into a crypto platform. Imagine if you listen to Steve and you put all your money into his pump and dump thing with LunaOne, you would have lost all your money. Like, people literally lost 80% of their money as soon as that was released onto the market. Many of them never actually were given the coins or the tokens they purchased to be able to sell them on market day, even if they want to. So that is just unheard of. This guy is disgusting.
They can't loan your money out. A standard financial institution like us. So you send $1, we have $1 in our accounts. We don't use anybody's money. So we make money from fees. If every single person wants to take all their money out, they can. So what we...
Do you hear that? If you want to take all your money out of anything to do with the investments with Stephen McCullah, he just said you can. That's what he just said.
Basically, when you sent 1 Bitcoin, we had 1 Bitcoin. When you sent 1 XRP, we had 1 XRP. We didn't touch any of that. They use those funds and they generate income because it's not regulated. But we had to put those deposits in other large exchanges. I don't believe we ever had any on FTX.
Can you believe what he just said? I don't believe we had any in FTX. Would you not know that for a certainty? I don't believe. I mean, really?
Know that we did everything exactly right to the T.
Oh, he's an angel. Why are people so up in arms with your business practices then? I mean, have you found any live dinosaurs or human-sized tranquilizers? I can't even say it.
But I don't know what they've done, and I don't know what they're doing. It's dangerous, and we don't really want to play with people's money. We don't.
Well, nothing stopped you playing with LunaOne or your Gold Inc. game, did it? I mean, he's got the Space Invader game where if you play it, you can win real gold. But to date, no one's ever won any gold. It's all a myth. The only person that's got gold is Danny with his gold bars.
We don't want to risk anything happening to anything. That's why I wanted to get out while we had everything 1-to-1. It was perfect. Everybody got their money back. We're going to be adding a huge amount of mobile money. If there is a system that you use, most likely it's on Knoxwire. Don't have to go through Swift. Don't have to go through all that garbage.
He wants to be Ripple and he wants to be Swift. They're the people he's chasing, he's trying to do. I mean, I do think Knoxwire is something that may actually eventuate into something. But a lot of these guys are running these pump and dump schemes for crowdfunding. So instead of going to crowdfunding things like Kickstarter, which he's done numerous times, they decide that they'll do these pump and dumps or these shady things on the internet to raise capital so they can keep going. He's actually telling you they only make a little bit of money out of fees. So theoretically, he's about to start mining on 3 or 4 different mines. Now that must take a lot of money. Now, if you don't know Robert McCullum, or Bob, if you like to call him, Bob, is Daddy. And Daddy does seem like he's got a shitload of money. So that's where Stevie Boy gets it from. And I think Daddy does actually own mines. So Stevie Boy has tried to pass off. Now, he talks about going to these mines and he says, I think anybody can go to these mines. So I think Steve has actually booked himself a tour. And he's going to take his camera that he can't figure out how to use. And he's going to do some filming like the other. If you go back to my original video, go to the timestamps and go to the part where he shows you the mines. It looks like he was filming it all on his cell phone, and you get a glimpse of somebody squirting a hose into a big, rubbish container, and that's meant to be a mine that can mine trillions of dollars worth of gold, and it's just going to be brilliant. And they have visitor centers, and people can go visit the visitor centers, and they can participate in test machinery and watch explosion. It sounds like a fun park. It must be so exciting.
You can go and trade currencies. I think it's pretty low. And then the hope is to get, we'll get Visa cards on there, and we get it. And then a bank like Silvergate goes down. And then,
oh, more excuses. He's blaming the bank that crashed. Oh dear. And you have to go and apply to another bank. How volatile is your business?
it's like, that's the provider. It's pretty much done. So we'll get that up as soon as humanly possible. So it'll just be part of that Knox Wire ecosystem. A business, then you want to get on Knox Wire, we can just get you on Knox Wire and you can send transactions. A few of the people that have caused a ruckus.
That's me. He's talking about me. He's talking about how he's paid people off. He's bribed people to shut their mouths with money. This is disgusting.
Left. Actually, I think we just have one left, and I'm pretty sure he got served. You should have.
No, I haven't been served. And as per my message to you, you need to follow through and things. I can't wait to be served. I can't wait to see what I've done, and I can't wait to figure out what lawyer would be stupid enough to even try.
Already gotten served. I'm not gonna say his name just in case he hasn't been. Don't want to give him any clues, but mainly one person. But yeah, we've gotten that knocked down tremendously, so we'll definitely be.
So all you cowards out there who took the money and tried to turn against me, you're disgusting. I mean, really, after 3.5 years of putting up a fight against this guy, I don't care you got your money back. Think about this. Sultan, Martin, Cindy, you've got the money and you've managed to keep the tokens. Congratulations. Good on you. Now you're hoping that he's for real and you're going to be able to use those tokens and build your wealth. Well, if you want to do that, that's fine, but don't turn on people that have tried to help you. It's just disgusting, and think about this. You've signed an NDA or an agreement saying that you're not going to talk about it. You're not going to say anything about it. Why don't you? Do you really think Stephen wants to go and stand in front of a judge? Do you think he wants to prove that he's a legitimate business to a judge? Do you really think he wants to be in a courtroom? I don't think so. So why don't you pull his bluff? Why don't you, the agreement that you signed, just pretend it doesn't exist? He's never going to do anything. He's never done anything to me other than try to send me a cease and desist letter. And I'm going, oh my God, I don't care about your stupid cease and desist letter. You would have to prove that 34 people that I haven't been scammed. You'd have to get them to testify the fact that they hadn't been scammed. And if you've paid back them their money, then that's great. And if you want to get rid of people, then keep paying back the money. What's the point? It's just crazy. I just think it's disgusting. But anyway, it's good when you do actually make a difference and actually manage to get people's money back. Obviously, he's quite happy that he's paid people off and he gets some of those monkeys off his back. If you go to Google and you search for LunaOne or Apollo, my videos come up all the time. All the people that I've helped, except one lady, hasn't got her money back, and she is about to get legal with you, Stephen. So give her money back and she'll go away as well. I don't care if you pay people off. I don't care. I just want people to get their money back after being scammed by someone, because you're a scammer. All right. Anyway, let's carry on.
Getting announcements up and getting things rolling again. Never had the success that we've had in the last even 2 months. I mean, I haven't gone out there and said everything that's been happening. Like of people going and like sending 10 dozen emails and causing issues. So
what we did, every time we heard that he was, and Sultan was doing this, Martin Kingsbury was doing this, and Cindy was doing this, and I don't think Anne's been doing it, but she's about to. So we were sending emails to government organizations asking what the involvement of Apollo Fintech, or as we call it today, FISHTECH, has got to do with. We went to government departments. One of the government documents that he showed that he had signed up, we wrote to the courthouse email and it bounced because it wasn't a real email address, which showed us that this was a forged document, wasn't real, made up mumbo jumbo. So if you do hear of anyone like the fast cash deal, I had nothing to do with that, but he's alleging that that cost him $100 million. And he was going to sue me for losses of $20 million a month because I made that deal fall over. And I don't even know who fast cash is. So, and really, if one YouTuber can make a company like that fall over, then you really got to question, how stable your business model is, Stephen. And you just don't. And what are you doing in this video here? You're walking around what could be even not your own house. It could be just some stranger's house that's empty, that's been abandoned. And you're walking around with a video camera, and you're just making up a whole lot of stupid quotes. I mean, do your people that have invested serious money really want to watch you walking around a house telling people that you're going to have a farm and you're going to grow orchard, trees, fruit, lemons, lettuces, bananas, coffee beans? I mean, we don't want to hear, well, I'm not an investor, but we don't want to hear about this shit. People want you to start doing things that you're saying you're going to do. I mean, really, have you got 3 or 4 gold mines? Where's the equipment that you've got? Wouldn't it be so easy to prove that you've got contracts with digging companies? Wouldn't it be easy to prove, well, where's all the staff that's going to run these diggers? You see that you've got this house and it's a training center. There's no one even working on the house. There's no tradesmen there. All this is going to happen one day if it ever happens. It's just absolutely full of shit. You must think that the people that watch your videos are weak-minded. It's just ridiculous that you walk around with your cell phone on a property that we don't know who it is or where it's from, and you're making all these stupid claims that you can't back up or substantiate, if that's the word I'm thinking for.
No, we haven't been putting out anything on a lot of the success that we've had. Actually, the most eye-opening thing for most people, I'm seeing the machines come in and actually seeing things.
Well, you're on tour at the moment, so we're looking forward to seeing the big machinery coming on. I bet you'll be driving them off the truck and doing digging in the ground. Have you ever been to a real mine, Stephen? Or is that your daddy's mine?
30-ton excavators, and hopefully we can get the 30-ton out there at the same time.
30-ton. 5 minutes ago, it was a 50-ton digger. Surely you know what sort of digger's turning up, mate.
And quite a few mines rolling out at the same time, and it's just...
So he's got a few mines rolling out at the same time. Now, when people have researched any mines that got his name on it, we can't find any title, any evidence whatsoever that he has any mines. And now he's talking about 3 or 4 mines.
Perfect storm for everybody. It's a good time for announcements. For right now that we're focusing on is Knox Bank, the mining side.
So he said 4 things he's focusing on at the moment and only came up with 3. What was the 4th, I wonder?
Everything at that. We've learned from mistakes of the past. I have, and a lot of those are mine, for throwing things out there too soon. So now I'm just focused on getting these things perfect, then announcing, rather than announcing. Everybody has been excited about announcements. I've tried to please everybody. I've tried to give you guys kind of a glimpse of what's coming up without giving you too much. Okay, hey, we're ready. We're ready to go now.
Ready to go now? Really? Now? You're ready to go now?
Seems like nothing's happening. Seems like nothing's going on. That could not be further from the truth.
Boom! So show us the evidence. Keep going on tour with your video camera and doing announcements. That's what everyone wants to see, right, guys?
Never been a time when we have more things happening at one time than now, and it's all coming to completion in a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Know that you guys are going to be excited. You guys are going to be pumped. So yes, it's slow. It's boring. There's not a lot going on.
I thought you said you're ready to go now, you idiot. Jesus, mate.
I don't expect you to take my word for it. Why don't you just come down and see it for yourself?
What a great idea. Let's do it. Send me a ticket. Let's go. Where do I go? Tell me where to go. Where's your mine? Give us an idea, the indication. Can you actually provide a map of where your mines are? I know you want to keep it secret because you don't want people like me, looking into whose name's on the title, but at least give us an indication of where your mines are, because we don't believe you, Stephen. We think you're full of shit. Reach out to me. Go to heck.com. Get my phone number. Give me a ring. Put me right. You talk to Cindy, whatever her name is, Cindy Piper, for 3.5 hours. You must have got sick of the drone of her voice. So ring me up. Discuss this with me. Put it right, Steve. I've obviously got the wrong end of the stick here. 34 people have emailed me telling me they were ripped off by your pump and dump LunaOne thing. 34 people have come forth and said that they have been scanned by LunaOne. You claim that you don't own LunaOne. You say it's a DAO and it's owned by the people. Just as well those people don't vote to get you kicked out, mate, because you wouldn't be there. But then when you sent me my cease and desist letter, you said that LunaOne was owned by Hyper Technologies, not to be mistaken as Hypertech, which is Hyperverse, which is another Ponzi scheme. And then you basically say you own Luna. Well, you say in paragraph 4, if everyone wants that, let me know. In paragraph 4, you state that you are the owner of LunaOne. So what is it? And the same thing with, Gold Inc., the game that you can play and earn real gold is owned by you. It must be owned by you, or they use your platform. And what happened to Stravis? Now you're saying you're not even opening a bank. Oh, it just goes on and on and on. You're just full of a dribble.
I mean, you won't be able to see everything, but you'll be able to see a lot of the claims that we have going, a lot of the fun things that we have, the visitor center, and the main ones that I'm going to, I'm pretty sure anybody can go to. One,
the main mines that he's going to, he's pretty sure that anybody can go to them. So is Steve going on tour to a mine to have a look at them, and is he going to take his camera there and pretend they're his mines? Or how come he doesn't know that anyone can walk onto these mines, or they can or can't just walk onto these mines? How does he not know this information? Surely all the permits that he's theoretically filling out, surely he would know this information on like the back of his hand. But now he's saying, I'm pretty sure that anybody can go to the mine or not. Does that mean that the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger can come over to, is it South Africa where you are? I don't know. You haven't said. It could be Zimbabwe. I don't know. It could be Kenya. Who knows? But I think it's South Africa, that we can actually go there and just wander around a real live mine. That's amazing.
We've got to take a plane to King Air. We're going up there and we're viewing that one.
He's going to fly over one of his mines and have a look at it.
May not be ready before I leave, but it's one that could be ready any day. And the other two that we're going to, that I will be filming at, I'll probably be going to a lot more, but I'll probably only film at those.
How many mines you got? 2, 3, 4? Because every one of those mines must be worth millions. And remember, you haven't really got much money because you don't spend people's monies, do you? No. You actually only get money from transactions. It's really weird, mate. It's getting a bit weird, you know what I'm saying?
It's 3. The 2 out of the 3 are ready. If you want to see things happen, come down to visit. Probably won't be here when you do. Come down to visit. The team is amazing. The team is awesome. You will absolutely fall in love with each of the countries that we're working in, and you will fall in love with the people that work for us because they are awesome.
Well, there you heard it, Steve's update. If you want to hear the long extended version of that video, do go to Apollo FISHTECH, because that was what we got out of that, really, didn't we? We have watched it. Steve has now got a house that needs a lot of work, and it's there to train people up how to handle machinery. So many false claims. Please do hit the thumbs up on this video. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell and you'll be notified when new videos go out. By doing this, it helps get these videos out, and we save people from listening to these scammers, and we stop people from losing their money. There's a real scam-demic going on at the moment, and we can all help each other. Have you been scammed? Have you got any information of anyone that may be connected to a scam? Because I've been building a massive mind map of people that are associated. And as soon as these people stop, they all seem to follow the latest scam. A lot of people think they're cleverer than the Ponzi scheme. They put their money in and they double their investment. They get their money out quick. And this is how they roll. Other people who aren't that clever will leave their money in and lose the lot. So you've got people saying it's not a scam because you've got the multi-level marketers. Now, there doesn't seem to be any multi-level marketers promoting LunaOne or Apollo Fintech, or FISHTECH as we call it today. However, I am seeing a pattern of people promoting these things are all multi-level marketers. So currently I'm busting one called wewe.Global, And that is appalling. They reckon they're making $255 million a month. Hyperverse, they reckon they scammed 2 million people. And that equates to the minimum investment of $300, equates to $6 billion worth of money being scammed out of the community. This reminds me of a religious cult. I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness, got kicked out of it when I was the age of 23. I used to believe everything I was told. This is why I are on the tail of these people, because people don't do their research. People don't speak out. They keep all this stuff. They get scammed and they're embarrassed and they don't talk about it. I've never invested in a get-rich-quick opportunity to do with crypto or anything like that. I just basically want to name and shame people who are running these Ponzi schemes or scams. Money's hard to come by. You can help me simply by liking, sharing, commenting on these videos. It helps them get traction. 50 to 70% of the traffic that watches my videos actually comes from the YouTube community. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And by all means, do take Steve up on his offer and go off to his visitor center. If you're lucky enough, he might be there when you're visiting. And you might actually learn a little bit about fish farming. You might learn how to plant potatoes. You might learn how to groom fruit. And remember, if you look at those there, you've got some nice kiwi fruit, some bananas, some pears, some gold bars, some fish, and a gavel. And I can't wait to receive the letter from the lawyer, Steve. You know, it's about time you actually followed through and actually delivered something that you said you were going to do. All right, I'm Danny DeHeck. I'm the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, and thank you for watching my video. See you in the next one.